Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be recording again. My last video that I posted was February 7th and today is March 7th. And so it's been a whole month since I've posted on YouTube and I'm just really thankful to be back. At first I knew I was going to get behind a week and then I ended up getting sick to the point that I lost my voice for almost 2 weeks. So I couldn't really record YouTube videos. And it led me to this video about our goals and what to do when we are pursuing our goals and something gets in the way and how to get back on track. And I know that a lot of people in the industry right now have been going through some busy seasons. It's a couple months into the year. And in January, we all started off with such big goals. And so here I am, and I am going to talk about our goals journey, how to get back on track, and what all of this looks like. So thank you so much for being here. All right, so welcome to this presentation. I'm so excited that you're here. Now, as entrepreneurs, and I'm assuming if you're watching this, you already have a business or you're thinking of starting a business, a lot of us have very ambitious goals. We're go-getters. We like to do the best work in ourselves, and it can be very overwhelming when new projects come in, unexpected events happen, and like I said initially, I set a goal to post content daily on my YouTube channel and in my Facebook group, and I definitely faced a setback. So what do we do when we face setbacks? So I had to actually accept that I was falling behind on my goals and just sit with that. So there wasn't a lot that I could do at that point. There was I could have done this, or I should have done this, or kind of bargaining with ourselves of what we should have done in the past. If I had prepped a few weeks ahead on YouTube videos, then I would have still been able to post. If I had not taken on a project and pushed it back, maybe I would have been able to take this on. If I had taken better care of myself, maybe I wouldn't have gotten sick. So there's all those could have, should have, would have's in there. But I think the most important thing is just to honor where you are in the moment. And if you're falling behind on your goals, just radically accepting that you're not where you want to be and making a plan to get caught up. So it's important not to get hung up on the setbacks as much as we want to dwell on like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not achieving my goals. Really just focus on accepting the situation and moving forward in the best way possible. So that leads me to adapting and planning. So, okay, I'm not where I want to be with my YouTube channel, but how can I plan my next step to catch up? So all we have is the present moment and then the future. So what is the next best step we can take right now? So I know a lot of, New Year's resolutions, etc. in business, a lot of them revolve around, I want to show up in this sort of way, or I want to make this amount of money, or I want to do this number of actions, or even physically, like I want to work out every day. I want to do all these things. And so if we stumble and we miss, say we miss 5 days of working out, that doesn't mean abandoning that plan altogether. Doesn't mean we failed. It just means that there's a setback. And what can we do in this moment to get back on track? Same with financial goals. The other thing about that is, and I think I put this somewhere in the presentation, but it's not about, okay, well, I was supposed to make $5,000 in January, but I made $4,000. So I need to make an extra $1,000 in February just to make up for it. It's like, what if that $1,000 that we're missing is just spread across the year? Then it doesn't feel like this big catch up. It feels like, okay, we're just going to adjust where our energy is. So I went ahead and just resumed my daily habits and prioritized client work during this time and just stop stressing over what wasn't done and just focus on what I could do now. And so that's definitely what I would recommend if you're feeling behind at all. Okay, so making up for lost time, like I said just a minute ago, adjusting your goals and setting slightly larger targets for the remaining months of the year. So it's March. We're in a really good place, right? If you're seeing that you're falling behind on your goals, that is the best thing you could do is just recognize here's where I'm at and make a plan for the future, rather than getting to the end of the year and being like, oh, I was behind in March, but I didn't adjust course or anything like that. There's still time to make up for lost time. There's still so many months left in the year. There's almost 10 months left in the year. And so what you did in those first 2 months, if you need to adjust your plan, adjust your expectations, even adjust your goals for the rest of the year, you could still end the year so strong, as long as you make that decision when you're watching this video and start to change course. And then once you're back on track, it's important, like I said, to find a way to make up for lost time. So if you had a certain number of actions you wanted to take and you're behind, well, you can get there. I'll give one example here. So one of my goals is to read 50 books in the year, and I'm on Goodreads, so it tracks where you're at and your goals. And I was falling behind on that. And again, it wasn't about trying to read 5 books to catch up right away. It was about like, okay, maybe I read a little bit more throughout the year, and I'll make up for that lost time. So create a detailed plan just to spread out the workload. I think we feel a lot more confident when we have a solid plan moving forward versus like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get there. Just creating a detailed plan really, really helps you feel like, okay, this is achievable. This is how I'm going to get there. This is how I'm going to hold myself accountable. And this is how I'm going to change maybe the behaviors or the actions that led to this point of feeling behind. Or maybe your goals and expectations were unrealistic, and then go to, okay, well, instead of working out every day, I'm going to work out 5 times a week. And that's my new goal. And that's something I'm going to stick with. And I think sometimes adjusting our goals down still are beneficial, because a lot of times I think we look at things in an all or nothing perspective of either I'm working out every day or I'm not working out, versus, well, why don't I just adjust to 5 days a week? And that's going to get me a lot further. So that's what I have to say here. And just reflecting on quarter one. So as we approach the end of the first quarter, I think it's really important to reflect on our goals. Honestly, I would say that this is something that I try and do like daily, weekly, but I think especially at the end of quarter one, any sort of business goals that you've had, any sort of personal goals that you've had, just really recognizing, am I on track to meet these this year? Am I falling behind? Am I ahead? Do I need to adjust my goals at all? Do I need to adjust my behaviors, my lifestyle, my actions? Do I need to ask for support? Really, really important. And don't let setbacks discourage you from pursuing your intentions. So I've definitely watched a lot of those end of year videos where people are like, oh, I was behind on my income goals. And then in quarter 3, quarter 4, like I was able to make it there. So don't let it discourage you if you are a little bit behind after quarter 1. Just make a plan to catch up. And don't get discouraged. You can definitely turn things around. This is 1/4 of the year. It's not the full year. And a book I would recommend here is the 12-week year. So as you're going into quarter 2, which I know this is a little bit early, but you could still start planning for quarter 2 in March. You can read the book, The 12-Week Year, and it actually has a 12-week plan. So you can kind of stay on track with your goals for that quarter. And I think it's such a fabulous book because it really breaks down what are your goals for the year, and then you break that into 12-week segments, and then you break that into weekly goals and then daily goals. So you know exactly what you're working on each day to achieve those bigger goals in your business or your life. And in conclusion, I'm just going to say setbacks are a normal part of our goals. So it's never a linear way to the top. I like this picture. It's just a mountain, right? Like there's no bumps along the road. It's never a straight shot there. Of course, there's going to be obstacles. Of course, there's going to be setbacks. Of course, there's going to be unexpected things that come up, but just accepting them and adapting them really helps you get there quicker and more easeful than trying to push up against them and getting upset when they happen or not being able to adjust course at all. So moral of the story is stay committed to your yearly goals, don't give up on them, and make a plan moving forward. If you need help with that, please reach out. I'm happy to help you with that. And I'm also doing, for the first time, lead gen strategy plans for people. So if you feel like you're behind on where you want to be in getting more clients into your business, please reach out. What I'm doing is I'm doing a 90-minute audit of your business, how you're currently going about lead gen. If you don't have a lead gen plan, that's completely fine. What I'll do is just kind of look at what systems you have in place, how you've got clients before, what you have set up, then make a very detailed plan for you. And then on our next 90-minute call, I present that to you. So you know by the week, by the day, by the year, exactly what you need to be working on in order to hit your goals. So that way you'll have just a really clear roadmap of what you're doing and you'll be able to achieve success. So super excited to be offering that. If that's something of interest, either comment below or just DM me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me and I'm happy to get you all set up. So thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys coming back to this channel. And if you found it useful, please like this and subscribe if you want to see more lead generation and business content.